Hi everyone, my name is Dayani Alexandra and today we will discuss about article review. The article that we choose for this assignment is about an empirical analysis on Islamic banking and the banking performance in Malaysia. Generally, this article speaks about Islamic banking growing prominence and systematic importance in Malaysia, which has shown a lot of growth up in their financial and economic aspects. This article also discussed that the performance between Islamic and conventional banks are based on a variety of performance metrics, the most common of which are performance, efficiency, probability, and risk or stability. From this article, they also raise the question whether Islamic banks outperform their non-Islamic counterparts does not provide a clear picture of its financial and economic roles in Malaysia. And at the article, we can find out that Malaysians Islamic banking will steadily increase their market share of Malaysia since the global finance crisis which happened in 1997 and 1998.
Hi, I'm Yogeshwari Arumugam. I'm going to discuss about issue of the article. The success of Malaysia's banking sector is examined in this article as well as its relationship with the country's presence of Islamic banking. They evaluate the effectiveness, profitability and risk in comparison between Islamic banks and conventional banks as well as the implication of Islamic banking on bank performance. Many countries have dual banking system with Islamic and commercial banks existing at the same time and operating side by side. Bigger competition has extended the Islamic product offering to attract a large group of Muslims. The performance of Islamic banking is important since it will increase Islamic bank profitability.
My name is Siti Slaha binti Abdullah. So for this issue, for this article, this paper analyzes the presentations of Malaysia financial area and its relationship to the presence of Islamic banking in the country. All the more explicitly by controlling for the hypothetically applicable determinants of bank executions, look at their productivity, benefits and chance of Islamic banks to customary banks and analyze the overflow impacts of Islamic financial entrance on bank execution. To the finish, this paper also embraced a broad displaying approach to observe our central factors contain the time environment Islamic financial faker and possibly endogenous Islamic financial offer and apply the Hausman Taylor instrumental variable assessor in the examination. The outcome shows that Islamic banks in Malaysia are less beneficial than the traditional partners and that Islamic financial entrance is related with lower bank productivity. At last, the propensity risk compromise appears to have potential as the Islamic financial piece of the area expansions in size.
My name is Siti Nurfarahin binti Muhammad Yusof. So we will continue to the new finding or significant information to the field of Islamic finance and banking system. The first one is the share of Islamic financing represent Islamic banking presents. The findings show no substantial differences in Islamic banks' efficiency, cost and bank risk as well as conventional banks. Furthermore, the intricacies of Islamic financial contracts and the governance structure of Islamic banking impose extra expenses on Islamic banks that are unlikely to be completely accounted for by the included bank-specific factors. As a result, the findings have found that there is no substantial variation in risk levels between Islamic and conventional banks in Malaysia. Next, Islamic banking direct and indirect roles. These findings contribute to the evidence that the existence of Islamic banks may benefit the banking system and conventional banking. Despite decreased profitability, the competitive climate created by the growing presence of Islamic banking contributes to the banking sector being more efficient and experiencing lesser risk. In terms of the controllable variables, we find that bank market power accounts for a considerable portion of bank margin profitability and risk. Indeed, as measured by Islamic banking asset share, greater Islamic banking presence tends to lead to a more significant decrease in bank risks.
And C, the relation between Islamic banking and bank performance. First, the offensive impact is realized only when Islamic bank financing asset shares surpass 14.7%. And then, to put in another way, Islamic banking must be systematically significant. In terms of credit risk, the risk mitigation impact is only valid up to a financing share of 24%. Beyond this point, increasing the funding proportion of Islamic banks will exacerbate bank risk. And then the existence of Islamic banks make regular banks are less lucrative while also making them more conservative in their risk-taking. And lastly, conventional banks become more cautious.
Alright everyone, my name is Nona Sabatizali and now I will present about implication of the article towards society. The study shows that the increasing the market penetration of Islamic banking can indirectly improve the performance of the Islamic banking sector, reduce credit risk and increase in efficiency, despite the fact that the Islamic banking system is less profitable than the conventional financial system. This can persuade the society that the Islamic banking system, whether locally or globally, is capable of going on par with the conventional banking system. Furthermore, the society will have more trust in this banking system and then attracting the attention to provide financing and investment in Islamic banking.
My name is Farhana binti Muhammad Farid. Okay, now I will discuss about implication of the article towards policy or practical. This study is suggested to keep the Islamic banking sector to approximately 15% of the total, as this can increase efficiency in the provision of banking intermediation services. To ensure that Islamic banking institutions are constantly monitored in order to keep the sector's size at an optimal level. Next is policymakers from across the country can re-inject efficiency and performance into banks.
I will explain the current issues. Okay, Sukuk can be considered well-known Islamic finance product that rests upon in conventional financial system. Okay, Sukuk has to be issued in conjunction with Sharia principle and respects the ownership of the assets of the undertaker project. Okay, they are different from Sukuk. Okay, we know that there before our research analysis the different characters of Sukuk in Islamic finance lectures. As for the controller variable, we find that bank market power to significantly account for the bank margin, profitability and risk. Okay, the results suggest that the bank with more market power charge higher margin are more profitable and undertake more risk. Okay, actually the performance of Islamic bank is at a higher when compared to before this. It is because the presence of the Islamic bank has increased the efficiency and reduced. Okay, the credit risk of the bank sector as a whole. Okay, it was found that the presence of Islamic bank less profit and at the same time more conservative in carry out risk.
My name is Farah Nabiha binti Sahimi, so I will continue Nur Atika in part current issue. The Islamic banking is a very efficient in allocating the resources of the economy. Allocating efficient is concerned with the best possible utilization of the economy's scarce financial resources so as to attain the maximum benefit to society. Meanwhile, BIMB Group Chief Executive Officer Muhammad Muazzem Muhammad, when talking about the prospect performance of Islamic Bank, said the risks to financial stability are relatively under control. Okay, as a bank that put the well-being of all first by providing value-added solutions to their stakeholder, BIMB is now embarking on its 5-year strategic business plan. The mission is to determine the future of the group in becoming the champion of overall financial solution in involving environmental, social and Sharia governance with digital banking and social finance leadership.
So the conclusion is the increasing presence of Islamic banks tend to lower conventional banks' profitability and the banking sector. However, despite lower profitability, we find positive spillover effect of Islamic banking presence on particularly bank risk and to a limited extent bank efficiency. Policymakers need to come up with mechanisms to mitigate Islamic bank risk.